Good evening, everybody. This is Scott DeCamp with CatchMark SportsNet. We're in the podcast studio in our Whitehall office. This is part of the Montague Softball Media Day 2024. We're very pleased to have with us 3 members of the Montague softball team. We have Coach Randy Michelson. Welcome, Randy.
Thank you.
Looking good with all that the workout and the biking, cycling, and eating right now, all that stuff that you're doing. You look like a different man.
Yeah, appreciate it. About half the man I used to be.
Yeah.
So.
Looking great. Good job.
Thank you.
And we have senior Kennedy Johnson, shortstop. How you doing?
Good.
Podcast pro. She did a golf one. So she's going to guide us through this one. She's going to host this for us.
Yep.
And then we have junior Greta Auk, and she's a third baseman. So welcome.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys just played one doubleheader. Good Holton team, ranked second in Division IV. That's a tough opponent, on their field, cold weather, all that stuff. I don't know if the weather was bearable or if it was a really cold day or not. It's same weather for both teams. But
Right.
what was that? We'll start with that. What was that? What was it like just getting back on the field? Anyone can chime in.
It was crazy. It felt like it came so fast. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, we have a game, already. But it was fun. The weather was perfect.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it was nice. It wasn't sunny, it wasn't cold, but it was just...
No, it was actually pretty good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And expanding what they said, it came quick because it wasn't a scheduled game. It was just probably 5 days before that. We're like,
Yeah.
hey, let's play. And so,
Yeah.
I think we definitely had first game nerves, but after we got through that first game and the second game started, we were definitely doing better.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys were a lot more competitive in that second game there.
Yeah.
So, and you're supposed to have a game, was it yesterday maybe?
yesterday.
You got weathered out or cold weather out.
Yep, cold out.
So, and then you got spring break. Are you guys, anyone going anywhere or not?
I'm going to Destin.
I'm jealous. I visited there. We didn't stay, but it's beautiful there.
Yeah. Staying in the Gu.
Fernandino Beach,
Oh, nice.
Where's that?
northern Florida.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome. Yeah. Have fun, guys. I mean, I can't complain. I've been all over the place the last several months, so it's been fun. But then you guys play next April 9th, and I think you said Orchard View. Is that home or away?
Way.
Okay. Doubleheader with them.
Yep.
Kicking off WC Lakes play there. So, but what are the expectations this year for you guys?
I'd say we have pretty high expectations somewhat. I mean, we lost quite a few key players like Natalie and pitchers, but we still have a full pitching group. We have a strong group, so we should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, over the winter, we did a bunch of weight training and speed and agility, and I'd say we had a pretty good turnout, and so I feel like we're going to be a strong team.
Yeah.
I
do you
think
think?
it was the most preseason practice that we had this season than ever before. So we should be good.
That's good, and that hopefully that pays off. If you put that work in, it usually pays off.
They nailed it on the head. There was quite a few workouts with the lifting and the speed and agility and several hitting type days and some team bonding, and we were averaging somewhere around the 16, 17 players for lifts and stuff. So the girls definitely put in the work. I'm excited to watch them to see what happens.
Well, it's like that line you hear in football sometimes. 1,000 visible mornings. Those invisible times, the times that people aren't seeing.
Correct.
That's when you win. You're not. It's not so much. Okay, so we're gonna start the season, start practicing. Now we'll start working. No, it's too late then.
No, it's too late, just like you said, because every other team's practicing the exact same time. So if you want to get better and stuff, you obviously you got to practice or do extra. So the practices aren't getting you better. That's just the team building the team, coming together.
Yeah.
You got to put those unseen hours in.
So, what'd you guys finish last year overall? Do you recall what that record was?
16, 19, I think
I
it
thought
was.
you were approaching 500.
Yeah, it was pretty close, just under. Tied for third in the Lakes,
Yeah.
I think it was.
So, how hard is this guy's workouts and practices?
Pretty hard.
off season, the weightlifting, it was pretty easy, I'd say. But the speed and agility, those were the days you really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, those get you. I could not do them. It was so bad.
What do you have you doing?
Like ladder stuff. And
Yeah.
it was just moving your feet in ways that you can't actually move your feet.
Yeah, my first time doing the ladders, I was tripping all over the place.
So you can't move their feet, or you got to get used to moving your feet that way?
They got to get used to moving their feet. I always call it foot confusion. And so it's just, multiple different scenarios through the ladder or the hurdles, those small hurdles and stuff. And a lot of it is, yes, it's foot confusion, trying to get them to move their feet in ways they are not used to, that their brain doesn't tell them to do that, just so you can get used to moving in ways you're not used to without thinking and just reacting.
Yeah. That's going to beat me too. I was going to ask what does that lead to, but you basically got to it and you said, so when you're in that game situation and you got to react, you're just doing it
Correct.
rather than you think you're done. If you have to think in any sport, you're not going to make the play.
Correct. And that's all the biggest goal is obviously to get a little bit quicker with it as well, but it's just, it's foot confusion. It's learn to move your feet without having to think about how you have to move your feet.
Specific season goals, be it team or individual. What do you guys got?
Make it out of districts.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while. We kind of got beat pretty hard in our first district game last year. And so it would be nice to move on. Definitely a big team goal.
You guys are hosting, aren't you, again?
Yes, we are hosting.
Hosting Division III district?
Yep. And just like Kennedy, expanding on what Kennedy was saying, it was just the last couple of years we've run into the buzzsaw that is Ravenna in the districts. And, last year happened to be the first game. I think 2 years ago it was the second game, but we've run into them and we're hoping to get to their level.
Yep. And, Oak Ridge has been at that level for a long time now.
Yep.
I think Ravenna was good way back when, and then they didn't struggle, but they were more 500-ish around that, and then they've kind of been on that uptick again. So, but, what's it going to take to get Montague back to that high level, do you think?
The dedication that these girls have shown this year, I've asked a lot of them in the off season, kind of as they've pointed out, and the attendance was awesome. We've even gone down into the middle school, and I've had them at several workouts now, and just trying to reach out further, deeper, in that younger grade, and getting them into the program, bought into the program, and that, good things can happen. We just got to put the work in. And these two here were huge leaders in that in this offseason already.
Yeah, and they're your two captains here. Where do you guys bat in the lap, or where did you bat in the lineup in your first games?
I batted first and then second.
I was second, and then I dropped to third.
Okay, so you're next to each other there, basically. You're next to each other in the infield. What's that like? What's it like if you can kind of talk about each other a little bit? What's it like kind of maybe playing off each other a little bit?
Definitely a strong left side, I'd say. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like me and Greta kind of feed off each other. It's like I'm always in front, and then if she's behind, then she's behind. Like, we're always working together.
I always know, if I'm missing a ball, Kennedy's going to be, diving behind me or putting the most work in to get the ball behind me.
How much does that confidence does it give you just knowing you got someone there that's got your back?
A lot more.
Yeah, it's very reassuring.
And how do you think they play off each other, Randy?
Pretty well. It's kind of a young, Kennedy was at shortstop last year, but Greta's just kind of moving into that third base spot. And so it's kind of a young into the season of them working together. But so far, the few times we've been able to get outside when it's been warm enough to do it, they've actually worked really well together. And then you throw Caden in over at second base and kind of pretty solid through there.
So you have, is that her sister then?
That would be Kennedy's
So
sister.
so you've got at least a base or a bag separating them, so they're not fighting.
Yes. And I'll be honest with you, that kind of did go into that thought process.
Yep.
I think I could interchange Greta and Caden at second and third easily. But that definitely was a thought process. Of,
there's
separating them at least with the bag.
yeah. They're sisters, they're siblings. Siblings fight. I get it. you kind of mouthing at each other a little bit during media day today, right?
Yeah.
That's just normal stuff, though, right?
It's just normal, but I feel like once we get on the field, it's just we're so dynamic together, and
Yeah.
it just everything else outside of softball goes away, and we really work well together.
No, that's cool. Yep, that's fun. So let's little exercise here. I want you guys to kind of say about each other a little dirt. Nothing bad, but tell our audience something that people might not know, like a guilty pleasure, like something, maybe a hobby or something that the other one likes or that they nerd out to that maybe not many people know. Are there any other secrets that are not bad? Because we're trying to keep this a family show, but
Do you want to go first, Greta? Or?
I don't know. I gotta think here.
we're on the spot. I'm sorry.
Greta's definitely a nerd. Like she's smart pants. She straight A, 4.0, 100%.
Yeah.
She's really smart. I feel like she's just there's like school smart and like world smart, and
I'm
she's
not
just
world smart.
not world smart.
Today I lost my bag at Chick-fil-A.
She still
I have to
hasn't
drive to
gone
Muskegon
yeah.
after this.
Oh, man.
You didn't tell me it was at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
She said we'll be back soon, and she didn't go back yet.
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting? Because you ran cross country.
Mhm.
You don't always see like that cross country softball mix.
Yeah.
No.
You just don't. It's cross country track.
Right.
Maybe it's volleyball, softball. Who knows? But that's why when I saw you show up today, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't she a runner?
Well,
She's
in
a
the,
softball player too.
in
She's
the
a
track-
runner and a softball player.
and the track coach came and tried to recruit her a little
Yeah.
bit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
No, no.
Yeah.
So would you think about running?
No. I ran in 6th grade cross country, and that was not for me.
And she thinks she's getting off the hook, but what can you say about her?
I don't know. I feel like once you get Kennedy on the field, she's just like off the hook, and she's I don't even know how to say it, but like she's very funny, and she'll just say anything.
Is it
and-
funny or hyper competitive or what?
I don't know.
Nah,
It's just
out of the
random.
two, Greta's probably the more hyper competitive one. I mean, Kennedy's up there, but Greta gets that look on her face, and you're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. And how would you guys describe your coach? Any mannerisms, any impressions that you could do?
She's
So-
obsessed with Batman.
Yeah.
It's weird obsession, but he's also
How so?
We got Batman shirts. We have Batman in our dugout.
He said he wants us to be as confident as a little kid wearing a Batman costume.
Someone wore a Batman costume growing up.
No, I don't
No?
think I ever did. It was just something that came to me a while back, and I harped on him a couple times about.
You know what you should do if you could get a bat signal in the sky, but you don't play night games.
No.
So.
So-
Get some lights at the stadium.
I've harped on
At
him
the
about
field.
playing with the confidence and enthusiasm of a 5-year-old wearing a Batman T-shirt. So,
Oh, yeah. Does it work?
I'd say so.
I mean,
So-
I was so confident
So-
the other day wearing my shirt.
we adapted a Batman logo with the MCAT in the middle of the Batman.
Oh yeah.
So that's the shirt they got.
So between these two, who's Batman, who's Robin?
Who's Robin?
Okay,
See,
I'm dating myself.
Exactly.
I'm dating. No, Randy would know. We're probably closer in age to each other, but so Batman, Robin, old show. Batman, I guess he's
Robin's the sidekick.
Robin's the sidekick. So Batman's kind of
He's-
the leader.
Yeah, Robin's usually a little bit younger. He's the
A
sidekick.
little younger. He's the apprentice, the sidekick.
It
so-
would probably be Batman, Robin.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just carry on her shoulder.
I'm curious what else you were gonna say, Kennedy,
About what?
about me.
He's so loud. Like, he's always yelling, and like you can find him anywhere. His voice just carries. But it helps.
Is he scary?
Well, before you get to know him and you hear him screaming, like, "Oh my gosh, he's scary," but he's not. He's kind of
Yeah.
like
I,
he's like a teddy bear. He screams, but he's like not scary. But it's really helpful when you're on the base path and
Yeah, you can hear him
That's good.
loud and clear.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then when you don't do what he's yelling at you, then it kind of sucks because he knows you can hear him.
And I hate to end this podcast because it's just getting good now. We're just getting to some good stuff. But you guys did a great job. Anything else you'd like to add before we sign off on this?
We're gonna have a winning season.
Yeah.
Mark it down.
It didn't
Yeah.
go our way earlier, but
That's the last game.
It's a long
Losing.
season. It's in
First
the
game now.
review.
Yep.
It's in the past.
No, and as much as work as they've put in, I truly believe they'll have a good season.
All right. Best of luck to you guys. And what do we want to play for the outro here? Which one?
not
Surprise us.
yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. And good luck to you guys. We'll see you out there soon, hopefully. So
All right, thank
have a
you.
good one. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm going to play this too, though.
No.